I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
What's up, everybody? This is Bobby Munden back with the Offscouring Odyssey, episode 8. And today's guest is a very respected basketball player in the state of New Jersey. He plays for the AAU team We Are One. He attends South Kent High School in Connecticut. And this is just some of the offers he has rolling in the gate as of right now. Kansas University, Michigan University, Texas University, Villanova, Indiana, Ole Miss, St. John's, Penn State, and the list just continues to go on. He's a very well-known guy. He knows his stuff. So, Elmarko Jackson. What's up, Elmarko?
Hey, what's up, Bobby? How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm great.
I appreciate you coming on, man. It means a lot to me.
Thank you for having me, bro. It's great.
Always, man. You're always welcomed on. But leading into the conversation, we're going to start out just by going over, like, your come up in basketball, of course. So, like, what age did you start getting into sports, getting into basketball in general?
So I, since the age of, 4 or 5, I was originally a lacrosse player, right? So
yeah,
basketball wasn't really in my life until 6th, 7th grade. So basically, right, so my uncle, my mom's brother, had played lacrosse when he was my age, high school and college. He went to Lehigh. So yeah, he introduced me to the game of lacrosse. That's where I kind of got my athletic attributes kind of started, right? So
yeah,
I started lacrosse in kindergarten, same as football.
I heard you were a dog at football as well, to be honest.
Pretty nice, yeah. We had a solid little team, Pee Wee champs. So lacrosse player, football player, pretty much up until 5th, 6th grade. Then I kind of started to get hurt on the football field. I wasn't the biggest guy. So.
Yeah, a lot of injuries in football.
Exactly. So my mom was kind of I don't know about that. So I ended up trying something new, like basketball. And I tried out for the team, and I was kind of just a athletic kid. Wasn't really the best skilled. Just had a lot of raw potential, right?
Athleticism. You're an athlete.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah.
So, and funny thing about this, how you said I got a Villanova offer. So my coach, he coached Kyle Lowry.
Okay. Oh, your basketball coach?
Yeah. So he coached Kyle Lowry in high school. Obviously, Kyle ended up going to Villanova, but he had ties there. So he was had a lot of IQ. That's where I feel like I got a lot of my IQ for the game to begin with.
From that trainer, the basketball coach?
Yeah. A lot of my fundamentals. So he gave my mom a choice. Gave my mom the choice to either put me on the B team and get a lot of tick, or on the A team and kind of earn my minutes. And my mom, you know what I'm saying, she told him A team, right? So I remember this clear as day. My first game, mind you, I'm coming in off football, so I'm just athletic, trying to hit some, everything.
Yeah,
so
pull something off.
Exactly. Yeah. So so first game I get in, it was I played 3 minutes a game. It was quick. I was in and out. So I get in second quarter, and catch the ball, and I run with the ball, travel.
Okay.
Right? I'm damn, all right. Because I'm used to being the best on the court, on the field, whatever. So
this is new to you.
Yeah, this is new to me.
What age are you right now, with on this team?
I'm 6th grade. So
okay.
6th grade, yeah. So I'm damn, all right, I'm going to just get it back the next time. They come down on offense, foul. I come out the game, right? I'm not even going to lie. That just shocked my heart for. So I'm on the bench, tears coming down my eye. I'm oh, wow, this is new.
You're not used to this.
I'm not used to it. Yeah, so I'm okay. But at the same time, I'm it's a challenge. Me as a person, ever since I was young, I like to be challenged. Everything easy, I don't really like it. So then something just after that game, it just kind of just clicked in my head. I was okay, this is something I want to do. I want to become good at this.
You want to get better at it.
Exactly.
You don't want to let that travel happen again.
Exactly. Yeah. So just after that game and that just year of basketball, I just attended camps to see where I was at against players locally, against players in the tri-state area, and just it was kind of just time after time after time. I just was just wasn't as good as those players. So it was kind of just all right, like I see what I got to do. I see what I got to work on. And then it was just like 6th grade, summer going into 7th. I worked hard. Kind of saw little results. I was getting better in the local area. And then I was like, all right, let me try and push this out further, see how far I can get with this. 7th grade going into 8th, more tournaments, more showcases, more of that stuff. And still kind of same result. Like I'm middle of the pack, but I'm not at the top where I want to be at. So then I just kept that summer, my 7th going into 8th grade summer. That's when I really kind of established myself as a solid local player. Because I don't know if you guys know him, but Derek Simpson, he's going to Rutgers.
Okay.
It was like at the time the best, I say 3 players for our age group was Derek, me, and Andrew Ball. Andrew Ball's going to Monmouth.
Okay. So it only took a year for you to get on that range of players?
I say like 2-3 years.
Okay.
So then I was mind you too, at the time, I'm a point guard now. At that time I was kinda like a center, like power forward.
Okay. Change a bit.
So then like I met my trainer before we all met at St. Augustine.
Yes. Yes, for everyone listening, Marco attended St. Augustine his freshman year, a little bit of sophomore year, correct? Also, all sophomore year. And that's where I initially met Marco, and the man behind the scenes, Vinny, was best friends with him. So that's how I got to know Marco very well. Friends through friends, and we just connected. So just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. So that all happened. I'm getting better, and although I am putting a lot of effort into basketball, I'm still my priority is lacrosse.
Yeah, because you went into high school playing both, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I went to St. Augustine for lacrosse, very established lacrosse school. It's had the likes of Bryce Young. He's playing in the PLL now. Steve Pontrello. He went to UNC.
They won the state chip this year. Did you peep that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was so happy for him.
Awesome to hear.
Yes. So yeah, just a very established school, basketball wise and lacrosse wise, and just as a school. Like,
very good school.
Great school. I love my time there. I wish I could get it. I wish I could go again. But so yeah, I went in there a lacrosse player, and I met a trainer. So that's when I started to get better. Like
when you hit prep, that level. And at what point did you realize like your basketball outweighed your potential in lacrosse? Like what moment did you realize, all right, let me take basketball more seriously rather than lacrosse and really focus on this? Because the time we saw you at prep, you were still like the best player, if not the best, one of the best, like in the state, in the league, on the team, like overall. What moment did you realize, all right, here we go, I can take this to another level?
So for me, I think it was our game against PVI.
Sophomore year?
Sophomore
year. I remember that. I was there. We were there. Yeah.
So that was the game I had got my first offer. That was my favorite, like probably top 5 of my life. We had beat PVI on their home court. I'm pretty sure they were the number 1 seed in the bracket. And like we were all just hyped. We won the game. The crowd packed. Coach came up to me after the game. He said, "I love your game, young man. Like, here's an offer to Ryder." So that's when it kind of just clicked in my head. I was like, "Wow, like this is crazy." And at that time, I wasn't really expecting any more offers and stuff. So I was like, "Wow, like I'm gonna go to Ryder." Like,
yeah, like it was the first, like it was your first offer. Like you're gonna think that way, you know?
Yeah. So then I was just like, "Wow," like I just felt amazing, top of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, however many days later, we played Camden Catholic. We won that game, great game. And then we were all, like I said, we were all feeling on top of the world, and then it just all came crashing down with COVID.
Oh, I didn't even think COVID did hit, right? So what'd you do during that time when it hit? Like all that momentum was building up, and then that just came out of nowhere.
So that's when I really just locked in and I grinded for real. So I ended up linking up with you guys remember Manny?
Manny, I don't know if I knew Manny.
Yep. Danny Rose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So his stepdad owns a gym called Image Fitness.
Okay.
So I don't even know. Just out of luck, out of pure chance, me and my mom were outside. We were shooting on these courts in Medford. I think it was like around 4th of July last year. So around this time last year. So
Was this
or
during COVID year?
my
Okay.
fault, yeah. So around like COVID year, we were outside shooting. This is when stuff was starting to die. And he noticed us. So he was like, hey, like, I have a gym. If your son would be interested in training, like, bring him through. Like, I'll have it be free for the first month to see how it is.
Damn, talk about being at the right place at the right time, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I ended up, I was like, yeah, I mean, I might as well. I'm not lifting or anything. Oh, mind you, he's not like a basketball trainer. He's like a strength and
Oh, he's like a
conditioning.
fitness trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I ended up trying it out. I go there. Great guy. I recommend him to every athlete South Jersey. He's a wizard.
And what's his name?
Nathaniel Henderson.
Nathaniel Henderson. Okay.
Image Fitness. Yeah. So, first we start off. He's like, all right, so this not light. Like, this is gonna be hard work. Like,
he's gonna put your ass to work. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing like you ever did before. He's giving me a meal plan. What time to eat, what time to wake up, just the whole shebang, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, wow, I'm liking this. So I'm working out, and it's like my schedule during that COVID summer. It was I would work out, I lift weights. We had 3 type of workouts. So we do plyometrics, which is like agility and stuff like that. Chest and back, and then legs.
Okay.
We do that 3 times a week. So I would do that, and then on top of that, I would have a shooting workout I would go to after that, and then a workout that I would go with my other trainer, my basketball trainer, Difference Makers.
Goodness. So you're doing 3 workouts a day the summer of COVID year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after like 3 weeks of that, I'm starting to see like immediate impact. I'm like jumping high, I'm quicker, like stronger. I'm able to move people easier.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, damn, like
I can do this.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I had cut my knee open on some dumb stuff on a bike ride, but so I ended up what's it called? I ended up getting another offer from Cal Berkeley. So
and this was that summer as well?
Yeah, this was that summer as well. So I'm like, okay, like here we go. Like it's kind of starting to pick up.
The wheels started to move a little, got the momentum going.
Yeah, so then just playing a little harder, going a little harder, just everything. Then it just started to take off. I got Siena. Then beginning of next school year, I transferred and reclassed at Academy of New Church. I had gotten Seton Hall to offer, and then. Now,
what made them offer you? Was there tournaments you were attending at the time to make them see you? There was just events going on, footage maybe during the practices. They just peeped it all, basically.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm pretty sure you guys all know Maddie Delaney.
Yes.
Andrew the Delaney family, right? So Andrew Delaney's mom, their mom, Janine Delaney, she's well-versed in the basketball community, and she knows a lot of people. So talking about being in the right place at the right time. So she actually recommended me to a AAU program.
Okay.
We Are One, the team that I'm with now. So one of their coaches had seen me play, and that's the reason why I got the Ryder offer, because he is friends with the coach. And
We Are One?
Yeah.
Okay, connected.
Yeah, so he was like, I got this kid, you got to see him, blah, blah, blah. So what's it called? What was I saying?
They reach out to you about the A1 or AAU program. We Are One through Janine Delaney.
Yep. So.
All right. Well, you got the AAU not offer, but you joined the team at the time when they discussed it with you. What was going through your head when you got like to play with them when these offers were coming in? And like at the time, you said like you did see you had momentum, and when you finally joined this team and like you're getting connections through to people, like you're talking to new people, were you Was there a lot of stress on your shoulders that you had to take care of? Did it motivate you to do better? What was going on, like in your head, more than likely?
So I said as the momentum was gaining up, I was very excited because I just felt like all my hard work was obviously coming to light, and I was getting all these offers to these great institutions. So I was very excited, but at the same time, I'm just a competitor, so I want to take it to the next level. So I was kind of stressed to play better, to be better, and just be better.
Yeah.
So our AU coach, I just got in the gym with him during the COVID year as well. He helped me a lot with my game. If it wasn't for him, I definitely would not be here.
Really? What's his name?
Terrell Myers. He actually played overseas in Europe.
That's awesome.
His nickname over there was the Black Mamba.
The Black Mamba?
Yeah.
Like Kobe?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was nice.
Earned his respect?
He was nice. He shot like 65% from three. He was legit. Like he could have played. But he helped me a lot with my game. So I'd be working out with him, and then just like that just elevated my game to another level. So like you said, I was still stressed up.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't really gotten any Power 5 big offers yet.
You were new to this.
Yeah, I was new to this. So I was kind of just like, I was in the gym, I was just in the dark, watching everybody in the light kind of just eat the fruits of their labors while I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm grinding, I feel like I'm putting more work in than all of them. And it's kind of just like I was mad. I wouldn't lie, I was mad. So
because you were almost like the quiet one, not getting the attention, but you knew you were still putting in 10 times much more work as them. Like you should have shined rather than them in the moment.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was kind of just like, I was just like, damn, like, am I gonna ever like get the recognition that I deserve? Am I supposed to like? Is this just not gonna work out? It was many times where it was just like, damn, like maybe basketball is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I kind of just like that's something that I care. Like I play with a chip on my shoulder because of that stuff. Like every time I hop on the court, it doesn't matter who you are. Like I'm going at you. Like
you don't care who it is.
I don't care who it is.
Now I'm going to ask a question down the line about that, what you were just talking about, but you can continue going.
So that's I was just kind of stressed out, but I'm saying as time went on, I started getting more offers and stuff like that. So
Why you were playing at A&C?
Yeah. While I was playing at A&C. So, and then the summer after COVID year, that's when I kind of had a jump in my recruitment. That's when I had a whole bunch of schools offer me the likes of like VCU, St. John's, Maryland, Minnesota, Penn State, like a whole bunch of schools.
Great schools,
yeah. So I was happy. I was more content with that, but I still felt like I was in the shadows.
Okay.
I was coming to light, but I was still in the shadows.
Yeah, you have more in you that these people can see.
Yeah, so I just kept working and blessed to see this summer like all the fruits of my labor are coming to show. I've been invited to many prestigious camps, Top 100 camp, out in Orlando. I was just there with a bunch of probably future pros, like LeBron James' son was there.
Bronny.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. You guys know the kid Jared McCain?
I don't. Do you, Vin?
The kid he's kid from Duke, going to Duke. So just a whole bunch of top level guys. So I was just like, I'm happy where I'm at now, but it's still, I feel like another level I could take it to.
All right.
So
you always had that in the back of your mind, like you could be better at any moment.
Yeah. Because that's the way I just think. There's always something you can improve upon, whether it be basketball, life. There's always something you can improve upon. It's not a negative thing, right? It's not something like, oh, I'll never be good enough. But it's always like, I can strive to be better. I can strive to do more. I can strive to be more.
There's always something new to overcome and make yourself a better person.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. I like that mentality.
Yeah, that's pretty much that, yeah.
So, you were at the camp. You were building all this momentum up. Now, at the time, you dropped lacrosse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When these offers started rolling in, And you said your work ethic, you can always build upon, build upon, build upon. How often were you working? How often, like, what was your work ethic like at this moment? Because you started to see, like, yeah, I can really do this.
Yeah.
I should be with these high-level players. My name should be out there. How often were you in the gym working? Your diet had to be somewhat surreal, I suppose, because basketball, you're moving all the time. Like, it's hard for you guys to probably gain weight, you know? How much were you working? What was your work ethic like at this point in your come up to basketball?
My work ethic was pretty crazy. I wouldn't lie.
'Cause I personally, sorry for cutting you off, I heard stories from Matty Delaney, I think this was from him, that like you'd enter a gym and it'd say it's like 8, 9 a.m., you wouldn't leave it till like it almost like shut down for the day. Is that true? Yeah, like you'd be there the entire day.
Yeah, so yeah, my work ethic was pretty crazy. I would just be nonstop in the gym. Yeah, just nonstop in the gym. Pretty much like you couldn't kick me out unless you turn the lights off. That's how just I was. Like same with lifting weights. I would kind of just put all this stuff in the back of my mind, like who they said who's better than me. What they said I couldn't do. All that stuff I put in the back of my mind. I use that to fuel my workouts.
As you should.
Yeah, so just that type of stuff. And it was just like I feel like all the stuff that people can't say, all the things that people say you can't do is just all the stuff that I put in my mind in my workouts. And it just fueled me really, really hard. Like it just made me want to go harder than ever. So
well, you saying this, you're also, for people who don't know, you're humble. You're very, very humble. Yeah. So I'm not shocked you almost like kept this in and used it as fuel. Yeah. Was there ever a moment you like almost thought like, not that you should let it out, but you should like express your name out there way more? Or do you like the fact that this stuff humbled you so much and you used it as fuel that it just showed out on the court at a certain time? So like what I'm trying to say is like, if you keep all that stuff in and use it to fuel you, you're going to get better in the dark and shine the light when the moment comes. Would you rather that as you are, would you rather that scenario happen, or would you have rather like, it's a very hard question to put, but come out about it and try to do it yourself. Like, hey, no, my name should be up there. My name should be brought out and these coaches should be hearing about me. The way I ball should be like high, prestigious and talked about. Like, did that ever come into mind? Like, or did you always keep it as that humble factor of yourself?
I mean, that definitely came into mind. It was definitely times where I was like, y'all should know who I am.
Yeah.
Like not on like a
disrespectful level.
Cocky or disrespectful, but it was like
the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing some tough stuff here. Like, acknowledge that, right?
Yeah.
So it was definitely sometimes I was like, damn, like, okay. But at the same time, it just definitely, it humbled me and I just stayed down. Because it's just, I have a great support group around me, a great group of people, my mom being the leader of the pack.
I was actually going to bring that up to you. We know your mom does play a huge role in like who you are. Could you like talk about that? Like, what did she like throughout your whole life? Like you said, she was rebounding for you. You said at the basketball court, right?
Yeah, I got a crazy story. So this was 6th grade, right?
Okay.
So mind you, how I said I wasn't the most skilled player, and at that time my mom was pregnant.
Okay.
So we were playing on the tip of my tongue. What's the team near Cinnaminton? What are the towns near Cinnaminton? I'm blanking. We were playing them, and we had won the game, but I had like a bad game closing the game out. I was missing a lot of free throws, so I was kind of just mad. This is like 6th, 7th grade. My mom's pregnant, and after the game, our coach talked to us. Everybody left the gym. It's just me in the gym with my mom, my pregnant mom. I just shot like, probably say 50 to 75 free throws after the game.
Damn, all right.
Just mad that I didn't make free throws. So I was just, like, I don't know. It's a little crazy, but like.
You're putting the extra work in.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, that's how it is. That's how my mom is. And she's very dedicated to not only me, but my siblings as well. My sister, she just pushes all of us to go hard. My sister graduated college in 3 years. She's going on to Delaware's nursing program. My little
Awesome.
brother, he, although he's young, he's playing like a piano. He's learning like French and Spanish and
Goodness.
Chinese and all that crazy stuff. Me, she just pushes me to not only on the basketball court, but just challenge myself in an academic setting, because at the end of the day, the basketball is going to stop bouncing some point in time. Although people don't want to hear that, it's true, and it's something that you have to come to terms with. So for me, just academics is something that's very important in my life. So I just try to challenge myself. Like last year, I took physics, pre-calc, civics, economics. So
Goodness, man.
little stuff like that. Just trying to prepare myself for college, and then this year I'll probably take college courses to just earn credits earlier.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Smart.
So yeah, my mom is like my rock. Like my mom's like my favorite person in the world. Like the person in the world that I appreciate the most, because she's done a whole lot of stuff for me, my family, her family, that just like is insane. Like I can't even explain how much my mom means to me. Yeah,
That's great, man. That's great. Because I know, knowing you, we all do. Like, your mom does play a huge role in who you are and what you've become. And it's clear that, like, who you are as a person in life and then a person in the basketball world, a lot does come from your mom making you this way. So, hey, man, all props to her. All props to her, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to hear it. Now, like you said, you do challenge yourself with basketball, all the training, and you take hard classes and everything. How do you balance out life on top of this as well? Because you have to have a social life, I'm sure. You have to take care of your mental health, which Andrew Delaney, he talks about a lot. It's like student-athlete mental health. What did you do to balance life as a whole and not, like, pull yourself down as much, but rather grow all around and thrive off of it?
So for me, just to like balance life out with basketball, I just try to take it just pretty much every day is like appreciating everything. I journal every day pretty much. I just write down all the stuff that I'm grateful for. All the stuff that I strive to achieve.
You manifest it.
Yeah. Or even just like simple stuff, just like my dreams, what happened in my dreams. But then just like, I mean, I just do things with my friends, just like simple stuff. I just try to stay, I guess, low key as possible. I'm not really like a big guy into like Project X party.
Yeah, you're not a big partier.
Yeah.
Respect it, though. Respect it.
I used to, but
Times moved on. Times moved on.
But I just be chilling. Like I just be doing like normal stuff. Like and I mean the friends that I have around me, they just keep me grounded. At the end of the day, it's like all this basketball stuff is cool, but I'm still a normal person. Like, it's whatever. I just keep it with a grain of salt. And I just keep it pushing, pretty much.
Like you said, you're just a normal person. Now us, like, we knew who you are. Like, to us, you're just a normal guy, you know? When people like see you at all these tournaments, events, you were just in Atlanta last week, right?
Orlando.
Orlando? My bad.
It's fine.
Do people like not look at you differently, but do they like look at you as like, oh my God, like he's a star basketball player, blah, blah, blah. Let me go talk to him. Let me like see what he's about. Like, do a lot of people do that when they meet you in person? Or do you just talk, like, do you rather them come up to you as like a regular person, talk to you regularly?
I'd rather them come up to me as like and talk to me just as a regular person. But oftentimes, more than not, it's some like it's a lot of little kids. It's not because a kid our age is not gonna be like, oh, can I get you?
Yeah, the younger kids, of course.
So it's younger kids. They'll be like asking for autographs and stuff like that, which is pretty nice. It's just like a testimony to like the hard work and stuff that I put in, and the people that's been around me helping me. But yeah, it's definitely like people come up to me like revering all this accomplishments that I've gotten early in my career. But I would very much like just a regular conversation, because, like you said, you guys see me as a regular person, and that's like comforting. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It doesn't bombard you.
Yeah, I don't know how other people feel about it because some people do like all that attention and stuff like that. But yeah, like I mean, we're all human at the end of the day. We all pretty much do the same thing. I mean, we all strive to be the best that we can. Hopefully, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but yeah, I mean, like
it's a good statement. It's a good statement. With you saying that and you seeing other players that are at your caliber, do you like say, I don't know if you've played them like Bronny, if you played against him? You play with Team Final, correct?
Yeah.
Like, do you look at them as another person, or do you look at them the way people look at you, and it's like, all right, here we go. Like, I got some work to put in, you know? Or like DJ, I don't know if you ever played him. Like, how is it going against them in your perspective of them?
So it's the same thing. It's pretty much I look at them as another person, but at the same time, a little competitor flip.
Yeah.
The switch goes off in my head. I'm like, okay, and then after we play, I'll analyze all the stuff that we did, how I played against them, what the stuff I could have did better, what stuff I did good, and I'll just pretty much get to work after that and just work for the next player that's like them, the next player that's at that caliber. So it's kind of like yes and no.
Yeah.
So
I understand that. Yeah. So like I assume there's like different ways not different ways, but you execute the way you're going to play against them rather than just if it's just an average team. They're like, no, these guys got some, sorry for the language, motherfuckers that I got to play differently against, you know?
Nah, yeah.
So you structure it differently of how you're going to execute that game?
Yeah, 100%. So like, so like, say if it's like, a bunch of like, I guess 5 stars on a team, then I'm trying to, I guess, just get to work, right?
Yeah.
And then if it's just a bunch of like not as high level kids on the team where I could kind of just work out and stuff, I just work on my game a little bit more and just do stuff that'll get me prepared for those higher caliber players
when they come up and you go against them. Now, saying this as well, the first time you played someone at that caliber, how did that make you feel? Because Team Final, that team you were on, they're very known. What was Jalen
Durant?
He's in the league now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
Is it wild how like you were on that man's team? Like, what was your experience with those type of people around you and like the environment on the team?
So that was crazy, actually. I'm happy you asked that, because with the first time I saw him play, I think it was our tryouts, and we were doing like 3-on-2, 2-on-1, and at this time I wasn't where I was at now as a player, mentally and physically and like all that. So, I mean, even that, like he's a grown man now.
Yeah, when I looked him up, I was like, oh my god,
yeah, he's crazy. But even then, he was like a man child. So we're doing 3-on-2, 2-on-1. He got a block on the defensive end. He came down with this point guard, Rasul Diggins.
Okay.
And he ended up throwing a oop, and he caught it like 1 or 2 steps in from the free throw line. Jumped, tomahawk, cocked it back, and dunked that shit. I was like,
no way.
I'm like, what? I'm like 6'2", like 175 at the time. I'm like, God damn! I'm like, oh shit! I was like, damn.
That's a first.
Nah, I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. So I was like, damn. Okay, I see where I need to be at.
Yeah, like I gotta do that.
Nah, yeah. That's fact.
So that was your first like experience being around that.
Yeah. That was probably my first experience because before that I wasn't really at that caliber. So that was my first like taste.
And this guy was on your team, right?
He actually played up.
Oh, he played up. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. But we scrimmaged against him a lot, and it was a great experience.
Now, do you take stuff like certain aspects of these guys and try to implement it into your game as well? Like when you watch something like you saw him was like, yeah, I got to crank the ball back like that and slam it. Like, but I have to do it in my way. Do you look at these guys, like who may be above you in that way, and take stuff from them and try to implement it into your game, or is the way you play only, and like you want to work on your craft? Yeah,
I would say that. I say the players that I take from more are like NBA players. Yeah, so like I like Kobe a lot, Devin Booker, Kyrie. So I'll implement their stuff into my game, and then I'll put my little twist on it. And like you said, I'll just make it mine. So it's like little stuff. I feel like I play with a little bit of confidence to my game, a little swagger. So I get that from like Kyrie, Devin Booker. So it's like everything I shoot, I feel like it's going. So that's yeah. Like you said, going back to the question, I bring stuff from those higher level guys, put it into my game, and add a little twist to it.
You make it your way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good to be. You got to be authentic and real like yourself, you know?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you're doing all this, your work, like you're playing with these people, there must be like a time range. Like, is there like a 6-month span where you're around this and you're implementing new stuff into your game? You're seeing it more. You're playing with these people more. Was there another step to your game when you started playing with these people, like at the time? So, for example, if you joined Team Final or the first time you got in the games with these type of players, at what moment did you not catch up to them, but play your style of game, and you notice that you can match with them, you can be this good as them, you can work your own craft, and the game will go, you'll win the game? Like, when was that time, or when did you realize you were at that next step?
So for me, I feel like I was there my freshman year. Like, I'm a confident person, so I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe I wasn't there, but I was still pretty good freshman year. I swung. I was on JV and varsity, so like, it was one point in like the year we played Wildwood Catholic. Actually, that was probably the first time I had a taste of like that higher caliber, because that Wildwood Catholic team,
Taj, right?
It was Taj, Dweez, Jalil, White, Jacob Hopping. Oh, he's nice. He's very underrated. But yeah, so I had like 18 points in the first half, and I was like, damn.
Here we go.
But yeah, I think it was like freshman year. I was probably like, yeah, I have the potential. I just have to work. Yeah.
Like to hear it. So while you're playing all these games, right? Like with the, let me clarify this. At what moment were you with Team Final and transitioned into We Are One? Now, keep in mind, I don't know how it works. So, like, were you on one team, then transitioned into the other, or did you play on both teams? What was going on there? So,
my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, summer, I was with Team Final.
Okay.
Then after that year, COVID hit, so I didn't have any AAU. But then I started playing with We Are One.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after that.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is someone that you said, like Kobe, Devin Booker, Kyrie? Who is the person you look up to in the basketball world to take stuff from? I know I basically asked this question again, but I want to, like, who's your role model in the basketball community to make you the person you are today?
I would say my AU coach, Coach Jerome Myers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a coach.
Yeah. So him, and I mean my whole coaching staff, really. Coach Chris, Coach Bass, Coach Taylor, all guys from the We Are One organization. Coach Ron as well. They all helped me pretty much. I mean, I'm leaving out a whole bunch of people. The whole We Are One organization as a whole.
Okay.
They helped me a lot with just stuff off the court. Teaching me how to carry myself as a man, as a young man growing up, and on the court, because everybody's not perfect. So all the little things that they feel like I could grow up on, be better with, they just helped me and teach me. Like 2 days ago, on the 3rd, we played a game against another pretty good AAU team called Team Takeover from the DMV, and I was going back and forth with it a little bit with one of their players, and they just told me after the game, because that ended up like kind of costing us the game. I kind of got too focused on the one-on-one matchup aside from the team. So I kind of put myself before the team, which I shouldn't have done. So they were just like, yeah, just focus on the game. keep your composure, take care of the ball, and just like lead your team.
Mhm.
Everything else will come into play.
It's a life lesson.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, man. Now, are you like the leader of your team, you'd say? You're like the captain of the ship?
I would say I feel like we all do a pretty good job at doing different things.
Mhm.
Right. So we have a kid on our team going to Florida, Thomas Howe.
Thomas Howe? Okay.
Like 6'9", athletic. He could dunk, shoot the ball. He's one of my favorite players to play with. We got Bobby Rosenberger, like 6'5", wing. Very underrated. He's very underrated. We got PJ. I'm not about to list them all out.
Yeah.
But
I understand.
A whole bunch of dogs.
What do you think your strongest suit is in the game of basketball and on your team in general? Like, what's your strong suit that you think you execute very well?
I do a pretty good job at getting downhill and creating my shot, and as well as creating shots for my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's my strong suit.
You make the other people around you good.
Yeah.
That's amazing strong suit, man. Because it's like a Curry. Like we were talking about him earlier as well. Like when say like a new player joins the team, within a year with playing with Curry, you hear this man's name out of nowhere. But at the same time, Curry's doing good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot like yourself.
Yeah.
Like not only do you hear your name, you're making the people around you very well.
Of
so
course.
It's a great aspect.
Yeah.
Who is the hardest player you've ever had to guard?
That's a great question.
Who's that guy? Who's the guy like if you were lined up against them? Hardest man.
I would have to say,
and you can take your time.
Either it's three. I don't have right. One. I got so Isaiah Wong from he goes to Miami.
Okay. Isaiah Wong.
Trayvon Duval, he went to Duke. And this overseas pro, Mark 50.
Mark 50? Mm-hmm. And what was about these guys that was so hard to guard?
Very quick and decisive, all of them. Shoot off the dribble. Just have very complete games. Mm-hmm. And they're stronger than me, quicker than me. So it was like I got dunked on a couple times. But yeah, bunch of pros. Yeah.
Hey man, you're at that level. You're gonna start versing those people.
Yeah.
When they do this stuff on you, like when they dunk and all, rather than you being the person they dunk on, how is it when you like go down that court and you slam that ball in someone's mitt? Like and you're like, I just did that. Like, what's the feeling going through your head? You're like, on top of the world, adrenaline rush.
So I mean, I've got a fair share of bodies that I've caught in my life. So it's like when I first started catching them, I was like, yeah, stop playing with me. That's tough. But now it's kind of just like, all right, okay.
It's just normal to you now.
Yeah, like, all right, I should be doing this. Yeah.
I like to hear that, man. Now, I don't know how this is because I personally don't know how it is in the basketball world. But when I played hockey, when I saw the vision of the ice, mm-hmm. I try to execute different things in a certain way. When you're looking down the court and you're like, yeah, here we go. Like you're looking at three guys. What goes on through your head? Are you thinking like, all right, let me set up a play. Let me move this way so he goes that way. What's going on in your head when you're looking down the court knowing like half these guys might not be able to guard you, so let me do some stuff and put the ball in the net?
That's a great question. So for me, I look at not only the person in front of me, but like there's a second layer of defense.
Okay.
So for me, I feel like there's always a person. I'm very quick and agile and strong. So
I just want to move this down.
So I feel like I could always pretty much get past the person that's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
What's really the problem is that second line of defense. So it's like, as a point guard, you have to read that second line. So you have to see where the help's coming from, whose man helped off of, if there's a pass that you can make, if you might have to take the pull-up jumper. So it's all that stuff that I'm looking at. And like late game scenarios, there's different stuff that you have to factor in, like shot clock, foul count.
It's a lot of stuff you got to think at once. So you got to have a very like quick decision on spot, right?
Uh-huh.
Is there ever a time where you're like, what happens? Say out of 6-7 decisions, 3 are bad. Do you let that get in your head during the game, or you just look past it and like, let me keep playing me. Let me see if my decisions will continue to execute.
So I'd be lying if I said they didn't affect my head. So what I do is I just try and get off the ball. So like I let one of my other players take the ball up the court, and I try to just get like a small victory to kind of just boost myself back into the groove. So like a defensive stop, a rebound, take a charge, some little like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, man. You're looking out for the team rather than yourself, which is a great aspect to have. Is there anyone that you personally want to go against? Like, in your opinion, like you want to be lined up against them?
I want to play against LeBron.
LeBron?
Yeah. So I've been I want to play against LeBron, even though he's arguably the GOAT. But it'd be fun to play against him like full force to just see like, because you used to play hockey, and I have friends that play hockey, right? So I've played video games of hockey. I've watched hockey on TV and stuff like that. But it's not the same when it's in person and you're
Very
on the
different,
ice.
yes.
So it's like this is the same thing. You could watch him all on TV and stuff like that, but until you're on that court face to face with him, it's a different thing.
Yeah, like you want to see it in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So
LeBron's the guy, huh?
Yeah, LeBron's
Damn,
the
see,
guy.
I was expecting like someone our age. Now you're going for the big ticket.
Yeah.
What would you want to do against him? Dunk on him, cross him up, little fillet?
Yeah, shit, a little bit of everything. I'll try everything.
Yeah.
So.
Now, when you make that transition to the National Basketball League, which I'm very confident you'll be there, right? College is first. Now, what is your opinion on the one and done scenario? What do you think about that? And is it like something that goes on through your head when you're thinking about college?
Yes, it's something that is in the back of my mind. But I feel like for me, there's not a lot of one and done players. That's how in my opinion, there's not a lot of one and done players in high school. I mean, there's kids that could develop once they're in the NBA, but not like make an immediate impact. So it's
hard to give an answer on.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect it, man. I respect it 100%. There's just one question I wanted to ask you. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think you are compared to, say, DJ, Bronny, Mikey Williams is in your draft class, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think you are compared to those type of guys? Now, keep in mind, I don't know basketball like you guys, but where do you think you are with those players? Because you are in, top 50 in the nation, correct?
Yeah.
Like, you're up there, but you think you should be up there with them? Like,
yeah.
Just talk a little bit about it. It's up to you.
I think I'm up there. I've played against Bronny, DJ. I haven't played against Mikey though, but I think I'm up there, and I just feel like I get better every time I get on the court. So I think it'd be nice to see like a battle between us.
Yeah, I think there would be too. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Just let me know when that game is.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever play it against Bronny? Did you ever see LeBron?
No, I didn't. I saw Savannah though. I saw them.
Okay. How was the environment when you played there? Because I'm sure they're bringing like the environment there. Like that's a different game rather than the others.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice because this is like a mix of like LeBron like haters, like trolls and stuff like that, but then a lot of LeBron lovers. So it was nice. It was just a very packed venue, and it was very loud. The energy was crazy. So yeah, it was great.
How do you deal with the energy in the room, the environment? Do you thrive off it? Because I know, like you said, in that PVI game, it was packed in that gym. And I'm sure you've played in games where it's even wilder than that. How do you react to that? Like all the energy around you, people screaming, maybe people in the crowd are chirping at you. Like, how do you stay in your game and your zone throughout all that going on?
Me personally, I love that stuff. Like when the bright lights is on, that's when the players come out. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely you got to feed off that energy, but at the same time, you got to be mentally aware of like the stuff that you're doing. You can't just get caught up in all the hype. So it's just like, at dead balls and stuff like that, when the play is not going on, just take a couple seconds, just breathe in and out, catch, you know what I'm saying, my wind, and just think.
Ground yourself.
Yeah, ground myself, exactly.
So you don't ever let your ego get to you, right? Like, you have to always stay grounded, because I feel like it's a lot of players that like to do that as their ego's so high. Like I said, like, I don't know these people. I don't know how they play in basketball. But like, it seems like Mikey Williams, his ego's high. Like, it seems like that mother, he likes that action, you know? He likes the shit talk, it looks like that's who he is. But you, on the other hand, no. You're a very humble person. You like to keep it closed. You let your game show the work. It's good to be that way, man. I like your way of playing.
Thanks.
Now, transitioning into a little bit of a college talk, what are you, like, how's the environment, like, I don't know, you've been on visits, actually.
Yeah.
How's the environment when these people are introducing you to the campus, the school, what it has to offer, or is it very, like, influential, welcoming? How's the environment going to different schools?
It's very welcoming. It's a great environment to be in, because I just meet, when I go on visits, I pretty much meet the entire staff. I meet the academic advisors. So my major, something I would like to major in college, is business. So a lot of the schools that I go to, I meet the head of, like, the
business department.
Yeah, the business department, and I just learn more about the stuff, what they have to offer, and what stuff I'll be learning. So it's great. It's very informative. I always keep, like, mental notes of the stuff that I like, stuff I don't like. And then obviously the basketball aspect of things. I meet the team, where I'd stay at, ask questions just about how the workouts are, how they could develop me as a player, where I'd fit in on the team, and just the plans that they have for the future, this upcoming season.
And that's how you base it off of, almost?
Yeah. Also, the family aspect, because that's something that's big for me. I would like a team that's very united as one. So, like, if anything that goes down in somebody's life, the whole pretty much program is there to rally around that one person and just help, pretty much.
So you like a family, close bond.
Yeah.
The bonds mean a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to war, you want the guys who are going to take the bullet for you rather than look out for themselves.
Exactly.
So it's good that you like that feature of it. And how many schools have you visited? Or it's probably tons, so you don't actually have to give me the answer. But have you visited, like, the big names? Like, I understand you just got Kansas and Villanova recently. Congrats, by the way. I already told you that over text, but congratulations. How is it when you get those offers? Because, of course, like, there's a standard of offers, you know, Kansas reigning champions. Like, how is it when you receive those ones rather than the others?
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like jaw dropping, because it's like they recognize you as one of the top players in the nation to play basketball, and it's I mean, not a lot of people get those offers, so
Very select few.
It's kind of surreal. It's something that, like, you dream of as a kid, so it's kind of just like, wow.
Like, damn. I get what I don't get what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying.
No, it's something. Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah. Is there a certain offer you're looking for, like, from certain places? Because I wanted to bring something up. I understand that, or I was told by someone that your uncle played football at Michigan.
Yeah.
Is there a little family tie? Like, what are your thoughts on continuing that family relation with Michigan?
So, I mean, ever since I was a young kid, I love Michigan football. Cause, like you said, my uncle went there, so I was always just a Michigan fan. So that was something that I was, like, definitely looking forward. And again, with the connections, Janine Delaney got me in touch with Phil Martelli, who's an assistant there.
Okay.
So I've been in touch with him ever since, like, my sophomore year.
Wow, so it's been a little bit.
Yeah, so I finally kind of just elevated my game to eventually get an offer from there. So it was great.
Great feeling.
Yeah, my uncle's obviously happy, and I've just been in frequent talking with them. I'm actually about to hop on a Zoom with them later tonight.
Awesome,
So,
man.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is it a lot when all these colleges are shooting you texts, shooting you phone calls? Like, I'm sure it's a lot of, like, it's bombarding. Like, you got to be on your phone, I'm sure, throughout the whole day, like waiting to hear from people, reaching out to others. Like, is there a certain like point where it's like, damn, this is a lot, man? Like, you're talking to so many different people around the country. Like, what's going on there?
So I'm not even gonna lie, it was very stressful. Like at first, it was very stressful. I was like, because me personally, I don't even like to be on my phone like that. I'll be on my phone like an hour a day, probably.
Everyone, sorry for interrupting you, but even when I reach out to you, and when I approached it to everyone, they all say you take days to answer.
Yeah, I'm a bad texter, bro. So it's like, I kind of just had to like get up on my game and just text back quicker, call back quicker. But it's just something. It's just a little obstacle I had to overcome, bro. So I'm definitely a lot better at it now. But at first I was like, oh shit, like
this is gonna be annoying.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I got better at it.
Yeah,
I got better. Yeah,
that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Now, when these schools are all reaching out to you, right? At what point are you like not taking it easy? Because knowing you, there's never a point to take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
When you're getting all these and you're like, all right, yeah, the work I'm putting in it's getting me there. It's getting me there. Does that just fuel you more to be like, nah, here we go. Now I got it. Let me put in more work now to make it to the league.
Of course.
What's the work ethic? What's the work ethic comparison to now, rather than when you were just getting going in the basketball world?
I feel like the work ethic now is it's getting ramped up.
Yeah.
Because it's like all right, I'm right there. It's like only person that can really stop me is me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like after I'm getting all these offers and stuff like that, the next day I'll call my coach and like, all right, let's get in the gym.
Yeah?
Let's get in the gym. Yeah. So I'll get like I forget what offer I had got. I think it was like might have been Syracuse or like Oklahoma, something like that. But it was just like, all right, that's cool. Next day, let's get in the gym.
Let's keep going. It fuels you more to get better and better each day, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a good response, man. I like the fact that no matter what comes at you, you're never comfortable.
Yeah.
Is that a big thing? You don't like being comfortable? You always like...
Yeah.
Because I like David Goggins. I don't know if you know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But one of his slogans is like, never be comfortable with being comfortable. What's this? Be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever it is. I should have knew that off the top of my head. But he doesn't like the fact that you should never be stuck in one spot and content.
Yeah.
You're never content. You always like to overcome, get new things going, get new opportunities. Like, I'm sure like the game of basketball has opened up so many outlets for you that you don't even know what to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So like you said, just being in a place where you're uncomfortable, that's where the real growth is at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you see growth as a person, basketball player, son, brother, whatever it is, whatever it might be. But when you're comfortable, you're not going to get a lot of growth. You're not going to really get tested.
You're not seeing your true potential.
Exactly. So that's where I see it as. The more you push yourself in these uncomfortable situations, the more you're going to grow.
Exactly that. Yeah. And you're not going to stop any of that when you continue college, I'm sure. How do you think you're going to transition into the actual game of basketball? Like, it's a whole different game. Mm-hmm. You're playing with kids who are at that stage in life where you're going to be as well, where it's like they're all competing to get to that last level. Like, I'm sure the competitiveness is going to be surreal because all these guys have the same goal as you do.
Yeah.
What do you think makes you different than all the other guys where that competitive comes in? Where do you overcome a stage where they don't?
Just the work that I put in. I feel like I put in a lot of work. I exert a lot of work, and I just have a lot of confidence. And like one thing with me is like you have to have fun while working.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you find a way to have fun while you're working hard and getting better, you've achieved the game. You won the game.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. So it's like
it's not work.
Yeah, it's not work. It's fun. So it's like that's stuff that I do, and I feel like a lot of players, they don't really have fun when they work. So it's like that's where I get that edge.
You have that little edge over them.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're looking at all these schools, are you looking at it? Is this another aspect that you look at as well? Is that like, where am I going to have the most fun at as being a player here? Or like, say if there's a school, right, and you can go there and you're having fun. You can play your game and you can ball and people are going to see you at the school, but then you go to attend another school and they're like, we're going to put you in this role and the team's going to win, but you may not have as much more fun. You're not seeing it as your way of playing and executing rather than, I really put this in a bad way. So if it's confusing,
I understand
you understand what I'm saying? Like when you go to a team and they're like, this is where you're going to play, this is how you're going to play with the team, and it's going to win us games, but you may not be able to shine as much and play your style of play and have fun with it. How much of a factor does that come into the schooling?
I mean, that's a factor. Because I just want to. I like to see myself where I be put into that system, that coach's system. And I mean, if it doesn't fit the way I play, I mean, it's not as high as up on my list as the systems that do help me play to my fullest ability. So, at the same time, winning is something that is very high up on my priority list. I don't want to go to a school and average 30 and lose.
Yeah.
I'd very much go to a school, average 12, 13 and win.
Yeah.
Because that just looks better. Because that's what a lot of coaches recruit off of, and that's what a lot of players go to the league off of.
Well, that's
winning.
what Bradley Beal was talking about. That I think he was talking to his AAU team, and he was like, if you look at I forget the number, but if you look at a certain amount of players in the college, there's not so many dropping 20 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so the players that make it are the players who have the 12 or 13 points, and their team as a whole are executing, and they're doing their job. They're doing what they do best, but you can't look at it as how many points I'm going to score.
Exactly.
You have to look at it as each move you make should be important.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if the quantity is high. It matters if the quality is solid there.
Exactly.
So you see it the same way?
Yeah, because, I mean, in the game of basketball, there's many roles. Like you said, it's not a lot of guys scoring 20. So it's you need people to rebound the ball, play good defense. So it's people get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to rebound the ball, play defense. So it's scoring is not everything.
Yeah.
So it's other stuff that you have to do.
This is a question not even relating to this. You think the Warriors do that very, very well? Because we had a discussion with this with Andrew that team works so well because everyone knows their exact role. Like Draymond, he don't give a damn about scoring, it seems like but he plays his role. And look at them, they won. Do you think that has to do with them?
100%.
Everyone knows their role?
I think this year in particular, I mean, it's hard to say. I feel like Steph Curry is obviously the most valuable player on that team, but Draymond is a close second.
Mm-hmm.
He's a close second. It's him and Andrew Wiggins, but they have their roles, right?
They have the heart.
The heart.
I feel like.
Yeah, so it's like you said, they have their roles. Steph is a scorer. Gary Payton the third, defense. Draymond, defense, rebounds, getting people open. Clay, shooting. Andrew Wiggins, defense, 3-and-D. I mean, there's more players that I forget, but obviously they have the roles too.
I just wanted to bring that up because we were talking about that on the other pod. All right, so when you're approaching all these college coaches, right, and they ask you, why should we have you? Why should all these schools, why should you be there? What makes you so different that you should be playing on their team? What do you think how much of impact do you think you'll have? What's your answer to that?
For me, I answer that I'm a defensive guy. I'm defensive oriented. I could do a lot of things on the offensive end, but I do the nitty gritty things on defense. It's something I take a lot of pride in. I don't like getting scored on, and I know that defense wins championships. So that's something I definitely keep in the back of my head. Just add to my game because a lot of guys don't like playing defense. So it's
lazy.
Yeah, that's something that sets you ahead, puts you ahead of the pack.
So that makes you different from them all?
Yeah.
I like that. And this leads into college and your future as well beyond college. What are your goals, say, for the next 3 to 5 years with basketball?
So I would like to get into the NBA, and then I would like to sustain a career there. I like to play 10 plus years, and win an NBA championship. But if basketball ends up not working out for me, I'd like to become a lawyer.
Lawyer?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
So I just like to maximize all like the academics that are placed in front of me for free. So I like to go. It's pretty much in the law.
Fair enough, man. That's a huge like thing to overcome. Law, man, it's a lot of work. And I plan to get law school, a lot going on. But all right, I love it. Is there a specific team you'd want to play for in the NBA?
Playing for the Sixers would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I love New Jersey. New Jersey is like, I mean, obviously my favorite state because I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just be
Sixers?
great to just be around here, stay in this area.
Yeah, well, Tyrese Maxey was supposed to move around the corner.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah, in Carriage Glen, like literally around the corner. And then people found out that he was moving there.
So yeah.
He had a dip. Yeah, so we almost had a star in here, but a little bit too far. What was the one question I was going to ask? Oh, I had something lined up. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. Is there a certain player as well you'd want to play with in the NBA specifically? Or who do you think you'd match up with very well?
Like going against somebody?
Both. Like one you would like to play with and a person going against.
I feel like I play pretty good with Joe Patty Mills, my fault.
Patty Mills?
Because he could shoot the shit out the ball.
And what team's he on?
The Brooklyn Nets.
Okay.
So I feel like I play pretty good with him. Just drive, and then it would open up the floor a lot. So like they would have to respect him, his shot. It would open up driving lanes for me to dunk it or pull up jumper, whatever. But at the same time, they might have to help off if I'm getting to the rim. Easy shot for him to knock down three. Somebody that I would match up well with, I feel like would be like Darius Garland. He's like a quick, shifty guard, kind of like same height, kind of like me. Yeah, it'd be a nice little matchup. Be a nice defensive, like see where I'm at if I guard him.
I like it because you're not naming like people like everyone would want to hear. You're naming your personal like this is who it is. I like that. All right, so this question I'm going to ask you. I ask every guest this, and I'll give you examples. What is one thing, and this doesn't have to be related to basketball. It's your own answer. What is one thing on this earth that you know is real? So, for example, Vin, he said love, like the feeling and affection that you can have of love with something, someone, like that is 100% real. Marissa, for example, evolution, like over time, no matter if it's a person, the world, businesses, everything evolves, whether it's good or bad, no matter what, everything's going to evolve over time. Mine was like the Egyptian pyramids were not, there's no way those were like average person made. Like it wasn't just
facts.
Fact, right? Facts, man. It's too wild to just have like average humans building it. Like it took something other than just the average human making it. It's like those are just a few examples. What do you know is 100% real? And we'll elaborate on it. You take your time because people do take their time on this. Everyone is usually different, so that's why I ask it. But like, just keep in mind, everyone's different. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Someone asked me this at college, and everyone had a different answer. And I was like, yeah, I'm asking this on the pod.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Bro, God damn, that's a good game.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude, take your time, bro. I know it's a stumper.
Oh, honestly, like
Someone like literally someone said nothing.
Someone said nothing.
someone said nothing.
But-
Said nothing. Like,
Be prepared. We're gonna elaborate on it. Like I'm gonna ask you why. You think that? Someone said consciousness, like no matter what happens, our consciousness has to register everything and give awareness to it. Vinny's dad's was passion. Like he 100% knows that every human has a passion for something. Like yours would be basketball, mine would be a podcast. Like even if the passion like dies down, you always have a new passion.
I would say science.
What about science?
So like
I was not expecting science.
like
Yeah.
just the mathematical things, the way things intertwine, like just the way stuff is uncoincidentally made and like all right, so boom, like the pyramids.
Yeah.
The way they line up with the longitudinal and latitudinal lines.
Like everything's exactly on
Yes.
point. It's not even like a centimeter off.
Stuff like that, like the Colosseum, all that type of stuff. So
like
that's it.
how stuff is like
Yeah.
laid out or like made almost like there's a reasoning behind everything, the
Yeah.
science of it.
And then what's it called? Like all the elements, all the period, like you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But, yeah.
But science is 100% real.
Yeah.
I like that because there's no one like when they say, "Bring me something," give me the reasoning. You can't question the reasoning because that's the science of it. That's why it's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great example. I guess science is 100% real. There you go. I asked that because everyone has a different answer, and sometimes it'll take them like a little bit to like register, and then some people have it on spot.
Yeah.
Like the one guest, Leanne, who we had to go to Manhattan for, hers was magic, and by what she meant by magic was like everything going on in the world to her at least is magic. So like,
actually, everything happens for a reason.
that
Everything happens for a reason. So like a butterfly effect. This little thing, or not that, but just like everything happens for a reason, basically. So say,
before you can use the example of how you were in the park with the one guy.
Yeah.
And then like you just accidentally ran into the person who ended up training you for a bit. Like man, like you going, there was a reason like behind in real world reality. There was a reason for you going to that park. Like an opportunity came out of it. So like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is real. Like 100%. Like, frick, I just lost my train of thought. Like everything happens for a reason. Like everything. If this podcast is going on, you can go.
Like even if it negatively affects you in the moment, like a loss isn't a loss. This is the saying I had. A loss isn't a loss. It's a lesson.
Okay.
Appreciate the pains. So just build upon the stuff that you got before you.
Don't look at a failure as a loss. Look at it as like, let me take what happened from this and learn from it.
Exactly.
That's good, man. I like that answer. So you switching it?
Yeah.
Or you can say both?
I can say both. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like those two, man. Now, getting to know you a little bit like more, this was something Maddie told me about you. You're a big fan of underground music.
Yeah.
Now, what type of music is that for you specifically? What type of music are you into?
So it's pretty much everything. I like a lot of everything except for like country. That's the only stuff that I really don't.
She loves country. Screw country.
I'm not a big country guy, but like, but everything. I'm into everything. Like I have Jamaican heritage, so I like reggae music a lot. Underground rap, so like Lucky. Mainstream rap too, like Drake. I'm not the biggest Lil Baby fan. Nah, I'm not.
What about J. Cole?
I like J. Cole a lot.
J. Cole's the man.
I like neo soul, neo funk music. So like Smino, Mac Miller can fall into that category. Who else? Mick Jenkins.
If you were to put it on a list, who are your top 5 artists?
Got you. So Lucky, Baby Smooth, Frank Ocean.
Who is Lucky? I never heard of him.
It's a rapper from Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lucky, Baby Smooth, Frank Ocean. Oh wait, actually no, I'm gonna take Baby Smooth out of it. So Lucky, Frank Ocean, Kanye West, Kid Cudi, and probably go Mac Miller.
Mac Miller, really?
Yeah.
So if you like Mac Miller, do you like Juice WRLD?
I'm not the biggest Juice WRLD fan.
Really? Because I'm the other way around.
Yeah.
I love Juice WRLD, but I can't rock with Mac Miller.
Can't rock.
All respect to him. Like, I know he was very good to like people all around the world. Like he was there for people. It was like a therapy session almost.
Yeah.
Same with Juice WRLD for me though, but like I can't make that switch.
Yeah.
It's too. I don't like the melody of it. I would say. Like, I don't know. It's just personal, but I don't like.
I feel you because it's different strokes for different folks. Some people like. You know what I'm saying, like different things.
Yeah. Is there any other like hobbies you like to do besides basketball? Like, I contest like music is probably like a little hobby. Like you listen to that all day, I'm sure, before games, warm ups. Is there anything else you like to enjoy like in life?
I like fashion a lot.
What type of fashion?
Everything. So like high fashion. Some even like the crazier stuff that you see. I like with Virgil Abloh. I like Kanye West stuff. I like Miragami. A lot of people. I like making stuff, like arts and crafts. So like that chair is something I would like to make.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I wasn't expecting that.
I like and just like being outside, like nature walks, stuff like that. There's a lot of places on this earth that I like to visit, like Switzerland. I like to visit the Pacific Northwest, so like Oregon, Washington. Very beautiful area.
My uncle lives in Oregon.
It's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Where in Oregon?
I couldn't actually give you an answer on that, man. But I know he lives by the coast because he's like 20 minutes away from the shore.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, the shores are different.
Yeah.
It's not like a beach where everyone's on it. There's cliffs by it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's different atmosphere for sure.
It's beautiful up there. So it's like to explore. I like animals and stuff like that. I got a dog, you know.
What type of dog you got?
A little Bichon Frise.
All right. Wow, sounds exquisite.
Yeah, a little French baby, a little French dog. Yeah.
Now, do you keep like? That was a pretty sturdy list of other hobbies. Do you like, with so much basketball you obtain and endure throughout the day, when you aren't playing or something, like, would you rather take the time to go watch an NBA game like on the TV, or do you take time for yourself and work on other interests of your mind or other interests of yourself?
I work on other interests. I don't really like watching like NBA games.
See, that's what Maddie said as well. He rarely watches NBA.
Yeah, I don't really like. I mean, I like college basketball more because it's. I don't know. I feel like it's more passion in the game.
They're working for it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather just do like my own thing, pretty much. Yeah, I don't really get caught up in a lot of NBA games like that.
Yeah. See, the NBA to me, man, it's just like so much drama. I feel like every day there's something new. It's like, come on, man, I want to see you ball.
Nah, that's facts. It's like it's just a machine, pretty much. Game like it's a lot.
What are your thoughts on what's his name? I'm drawing a blank now. Oh, Jokic. Do you like? What are your thoughts on? Because me personally, I'm not a big fan of him. Like, I truly don't think he should have won the MVP over others, like especially Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are your thoughts on like him? Like those type of players, or like Rudy Gobert. I heard like stats wise, he's like apparently amazing on a defensive end player, but like he's not there completely on the court. I feel like what are your opinions on some of these guys?
So it's like little stuff that they do is like nuances of the game that to the naked eye you won't really see, but it's like when you really break it down to like a different type of level, a microscopic level, the stuff that they do is absolutely insane. Like Jokic is what, like 6'11", 7 foot,
tall man.
Pretty much playing point guard. And that's kind of the way that the game is going. But he's kind of like a trailblazer to that. The stuff that he's doing with the Denver Nuggets is just absolutely insane. He's doing turnaround 1 foot jumpers all the way up to the top of the roof, not even touching the rim, just all net. Seeing the floor is insane. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. I'll just like toss it behind his head.
His IQ is amazing on the court.
IQ's out of this world.
See, I didn't see that of him. I just don't like the guy. Maybe it's just a personal thing. I don't know. But do you think Joel should have won the MVP over your Jokic?
I mean, I can't even say nothing because I don't watch the NBA like that. I'm not a heavy NBA guy, but the way his numbers looked, it looked like he got robbed.
So, like Embiid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because don't be wrong, the stat Jokic had where it's like, what was it, like 2,500 point? What was the stat where it's like assists, rebounds, and points? That only he's the first player to ever do it back to back. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I think it might have been like crazy triple doubles.
Something like that. I don't know what it was. But to me, it's almost like, yeah, it's amazing on paper, but I feel like overall, when Joel's on the court, he's dominant. You know, when there's a difference between like stat-wise, just a dominant player, like when he goes on the court, you're watching. That's how I feel like the difference is. And like stat-wise, maybe in a different way, because Joel's points and like his stats were incredible. But the way Nikola Jokic presented his stats was in a very exquisite way, I guess, to the league. That's just my opinion on it. But
it's like analytic stuff.
Yeah, it's that stuff that pushed him over the edge a little. But hey, what can you do about it? When I'm gonna say when you get to the league, what type of player would you like to be? Would you like to be the guy who just puts up the stats? Would you like to be the dominant player, maybe like the swift, quick player, Kyrie? How do you want to be perceived?
I would like to be perceived as just me. I mean, however people look at you is however people look at you. You gotta be okay with people not liking you. You gotta be okay with people liking you. So, I mean, it's whatever. At the end of the day, I'd be grateful to get there, and just understand like a lot of people would love to be in the shoes that I'm in. So, however they perceive me, you just gotta take it on the chin and just like be fine with it, I guess.
Yeah, because I feel like you're going to see a lot of criticism, especially entering your college years, because now you're going to a big school where, like, I hope the best. Like, say you don't play the best in one game, the next day you're seeing guys in class, and, like, they probably don't have the balls to say anything to you, but some may, you know? Like, you got to be able to take that criticism. What do you have to say for yourself for that? And, like, people just in general who take criticism the wrong way.
So with criticism, it's like, at the end of the day, more times than not, people that are often talking bad about you can't do what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like you shouldn't really take it that hard, but at the same time, it should motivate you to play harder, work harder for the next whatever.
Yes.
But at the same time, understand like you're in a situation where they're spectating you. You're oftentimes probably not spectating them. It's very, very little chances when other pro players talk bad about other pro players. It's often just like non-pro players. So It's like just be content with it. Be content with the position that you're in, and just don't take it too harshly.
And you saying that as well, is there, like you said, the NBA players don't really do criticism on other players, you said? Is that huge, like, in the stage you're at right now, like, playing against kids? Like, I know ball players, like, they do talk their shit, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, is it like that in the game? Is it like not criticizing you, but are these players coming at your neck almost? Or is there a certain line of respect, like, yeah, I'm going to talk my shit, but I still got to respect this man's game. He's a good ball player.
Yeah. More often times than not, actually not. I mean, I've had my fair share of talking shit with people. But after the game, it's usually always mutual respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like a dap up. Oh, like you tough, bro. Like I like the way you play the game. Da 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 da. So it's like, yeah, it's definitely people that come on my neck every time I hop on the court, because now with all these offers coming in, all the attention I'm getting, I kind of got like an X on my forehead.
Yeah,
so
these people are eyeing you up out there.
Yeah. So it's like, if you show you can hoop against me, it's kind of just like shows you can hoop a little bit. So
yeah, like giving it all props, you know?
Yeah.
And have you, like you said, all these offers are coming in now. Like, is there a certain look you're starting to get when you're entering these basketball courts? Like, oh shit, the man's here.
Yeah.
Like, is that feeling coming along now?
Yeah. Like before, it was kind of just like I'd be pulling up with my headphones in, my hood up, and I'd just be chilling, getting ready for my game. Nobody really looking at me, but now it's kind of like I got cameras on me and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch of people looking at me. And stuff
Cameras and all. Is that a weird feeling?
Yeah, a little bit, because I'm just like, because I like always growing up, I was just like a shy kid, so I was kind of just like, damn, like it's not for me. Like it was a couple times I actually turned around, I was like, oh, you filming you, bro? You were like, nah, that's you.
Like, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
I'd be like, oh, I'll just wave at the camera or some shit.
It's a new feeling, bro.
Yeah, no.
Got to get used to it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen a lot. How do you, like, is there a certain point where it becomes an issue, though? Like I said, you're brand new to it. But can you see the factor of people saying, like, just like, let me be? Like,
oh, 100%.
Like, you think there's an annoyance they put on it?
No, 100%. Yeah. And I definitely see it a lot with like players like Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Because like, especially because he gets ridiculed to like an insane extent because of what's it called? Like him going to Golden State from Oklahoma. If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, I feel like sometimes it's a little too harsh. Like here's another example. Like people were clowning Jason Tatum because he was spending time with his son before Game 6.
He does it every game.
Yeah, which was insane. Like at the end of the day, he's a person. Basketball, like whatever. That doesn't mean he's a human being with his son.
Yeah.
Like if you gave him the choice to pick between the NBA or his son, he's picking his son.
Yeah.
Like that was insane to me.
It's
like,
real life, man. You got to take care of, like, it's your son, like you said. I get what you're saying.
So it was like, yeah, I feel like at this point, ridicule, like, and all the shit talk and whatever on social media, it's like a part of the game now, and it's something that people gotta get used to. And I mean, luckily now there's like mental health experts, mental health coaches that are pretty deep in these NBA organizations, and they focus on a lot of stuff with their players, and it just with whatever. So if a player is going through like some stuff that they see on social media and they get in their feelings and they turn to drugs, they've got teams that help these players, no questions asked.
Really?
Yeah.
Good support team.
Yeah, great support team. So
because we actually talked about this as well prior. I'm not going to say the name. But here's was the example, right? You guys are in the state finals. Say if you go to the league, right, or not the league, college, right, and you're in the championship, March Madness championship, right, and sadly, middle of the game, your coach has to be taken off the court for medical reasons. Like the person I'm using as an example, you understand. Like, say they got taken out of the game, had to be rushed to the hospital. What do you do as a player? Do you go see the coach in the hospital, or you finish the game and like, let me win this for him? What do you think?
you gotta finish that game.
You gotta finish it, right?
You gotta finish that game.
I forget who I had that conversation with. Was it you?
It
wasn't you. I forget who it was, but like, you gotta finish that, right?
You gotta
Because
finish that.
the person I was talking with said, go see the coach. I was like, come on, man. He want you to win that.
Yeah, the coach wants you to win that.
Yeah, for
Coach
sure.
probably wake up in the bed like, well, what the hell is you doing? Like,
Yeah.
play that game.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Actually, coming from that as well, when you look at a coach, what do you look at as a coach? Because I know a lot of coaches are like, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your coach. And there's others who will be friendly as hell with you and like talk to you outside of the sport as well. Like, what do you look for in a coach? And keep talking. I just want to do this down.
So, for me, for a coach is somebody that's a mentor. Somebody that could just teach you about stuff outside the sport, not as well, just about the sport, just life lessons. It just guides you in the right direction constantly, for better or for worse, right? So, yeah, just somebody that's a mentor that helps you with whatever problems that you got going on, whatever advice that you need, just like an OG.
Yeah.
Like somebody you always just hit up, talk to. I feel like a coach, every coach that you have in your young adolescent lives, right? It's somebody that should imprint such a um
They
uh
should impact you. Have an
impact you so greatly to the point where like whenever you have a wedding, they should be invited to that wedding.
Okay. I see
So
what
somebody
you're
that just
saying.
impacts your life for the better. Just simple as that.
I like that answer, man. You kept it real.
Yeah.
Maddie also had a similar scenario with like growing up. He had a coach that passed away, and till this day, every time he steps on the court, that man's in the back of his head. That should be the type of coach you want. I feel like, right?
Exactly.
That was a good answer, man. You kept it real.
Thank you.
And that's one thing during this whole podcast. Marco is a real man. Like everything about him is authentic. So I give all props to that.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Always. Coming from that, what are some of the main, like, of course you have the main goal of graduating college, winning a national championship. What are some of the things that you think you have to accomplish along the way to that main goal? Like little minor successes. What are some, like even if it's just like getting good grades, going a full summer of basketball practices without missing one because you were sick? Like what are some little goals you like think you should execute on to make a better outcome at the end of the day happen?
So little things is just staying pretty active in my little brother's life.
Okay.
Cause yeah, I just want to see my little brother be as best as he can. So just being like a great big brother for him. Cause that's something that I wish I had. I didn't have a big brother. I had a big sister. Like we were still really close, but
It's a different feeling.
yeah, it's a different feeling. So just being a good big brother, getting good grades, and then just something simple, just making your bed every day. That
I'm a big believer in that. Big believer.
So just doing that already gives you a little serotonin boost for the day. Like you accomplished one task, a simple task that sets you ahead for the rest of the day.
Are you big into reading?
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yes,
seem like the guy to read to me.
Yes.
What kind of books you read?
So I like this book called Geese Are Never Swans.
Okay.
It's by Kobe Bryant and Eva I forget her last name. But it's about a boy, a swimmer. His older brother was a very accomplished swimmer. He was trying out for the national team. Unfortunately, he didn't make it, and he'd been pretty much good his whole life. And he didn't make it, unfortunately, and he ended up taking his own life. So this boy, like, he's kind of mad, pretty much. He just was in his brother's shadow his whole entire life. He wanted to just do something for himself. And just make his own name. So he went to his brother's ex-coach and just asked for his training, and is just learning a whole bunch of things about himself as a young boy growing up. And that's just one.
So that's the book you're reading right now?
Yeah, it's a book that and book by Paolo Coelho.
Reading 2 books at once? So
Yeah.
You're big into it, huh?
What's it? The hold on. Let me look it up real quick.
How many books you read?
I'm trying to read a bunch of books. I've got like a couple in my
list?
yeah.
You ever read David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me?
We actually read that sophomore year.
Oh, you guys read it? Okay.
Yeah.
4 Agreements?
Nah, it was just
It was just about like
what's the book called? I'm blanking right now. I don't know why.
You're fine. You don't have to remember it.
It's annoying because you know when you have it right in the back of your
It's on the
mind.
tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. I get those 10 times a podcast.
Paolo Coelho book. It's like world's bestseller. Whatever.
What do you think reading so much has impact on who you are as well? Or do you just do it to enjoy it, the book?
I'd say so a little bit.
Yeah.
It adds like little I guess little lessons that you get implemented in your life, especially the one book that I'm talking about with Paolo Coelho.
Hey, man, respect. I think books are a huge thing people have to start doing.
Of course.
Take a lot from it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap this up. Now, this question I'm gonna ask you, you don't have to answer it.
Mhm.
I actually don't know if you'll even give me an answer to it. Are you able to say like your top 6 to 8 schools for colleges?
I can't.
I knew you wouldn't be able to.
Well,
I
don't even have one yet because I'm still like my recruitment is still open 100% until the end of the summer.
Is that when it closes?
Yeah, so then I'll just like evaluate all the options that I have, and then like probably beginning of the year of the school year, I'll cut down my list to like 7. Then I'll take all my official visits, and then I'll decide. That's probably it.
So next year, senior year.
Yeah.
Big decision, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, man, you worked for it.
Thank you.
Everyone here knows that whenever the lights are on or off, you're always working to improve yourself, improve you to be a better basketball player. Not only that, to be a better human in general. Thank you so much for coming on, Marco.
No problem.
Means a lot, man. Is there anything to close out? Anything you want to say to anyone in general, or even to like young people growing up in basketball, sports in general, that you'd like to say to them? It's up to you.
I say just keep working. Doesn't matter whatever you're at. If you enjoy something, don't let anybody take your joy from you. And just enjoy every day at a time. I know some days get stressful, you get sad, you get mad, whatever the case is. Just have gratitude and be grateful for all the stuff that surrounds you. Growing up in South Jersey, I guess this is a very great area. So, I mean, and just make connections with everybody that you get.
Be outgoing.
Yeah, be outgoing. Yeah.
Well, I like that, man. Kids, trust me, you may like it or not, kids look up to you.
Yeah.
So they're going to take from that. I appreciate it more than ever. Future star, college star, NBA star. I wish you the best of luck this senior season. Thank you so much. It was great seeing you. And yeah, Elmarko Jackson, everyone. The Offscouring Odyssey, episode 8. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy. Thank you. Peace and love.